No, I'm totally serious. Right now, this is pretty much the last patch, I'm pretty sure. They are releasing this one even though it's obviously not done, and they kicked console to the curb like it was nothing for PTS 3. How's it going, guys? This is DexHowl, and welcome back to the Division. The PTS has finally come to a close, and sadly that means my coverage of the PTS will end as well, obviously. So my assumption is that 1.8 should be released next Tuesday, but I could be wrong. We don't know. For the most part, we haven't heard much of anything about PTS 3. Like, there were no official patch notes at the moment, and on the official Division forums, the 1.8 patch is already listed as a past archive, and there's no listing of PTS 3 in there. It's only PTS 2. Essentially, right now, we're in the dark, honestly. However, as long as it's not skipped again this week, we should see more details come Thursday with the state of the game. If anything drastic comes up, I'll definitely be sure to make another video and post it for you guys so you know. If you aren't watching the state of the game yourself or you don't have time, that's fine. I'll try to keep the video as short as possible depending on what information they give us, if any, that is. As for the 1.8 patch, here's what we do know. The team will not be changing Rogue 2.0. If you guys know, like about I think a week ago, I made a video about Rogue 2.0 and some of the glitches and just a couple of things that were not necessarily the best in terms of actually going rogue or hunting rogues and so on. It's really strange to me how they asked for all this feedback, and if you go to the Division Reddit, you can see where they deleted a lot of posts from people that were talking about Rogue 2.0 and they were giving feedback, or they were like just saying something like in general about it, or they said that they liked it or they didn't like it. Whatever it may have been, they were deleting the post. They actually deleted some of my posts about Rogue 2.0, which is like a little crazy, but I don't know like exactly. I didn't understand at the time what they were doing with that, but reposted everything over on the feedback forum and nothing happened with it, which was a little strange. To go through all that work, I mean, what's the point if you're not going to do anything with it? It doesn't make any sense to me, but though that's just my opinion. I maybe I don't know any better. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments, guys, because this doesn't make sense to me, but if it makes sense to you, tell me why, explain it to me, please. I want someone to explain it to me why they're taking all this feedback and then doing nothing with it. But there's more to this than just that rant about Rogue 2.0. The other thing is that we've still got our global events to look forward to, and the first one I believe is going to be Strike, and the second one is Ambush. They might switch the order, but I don't know for sure. Though it's going to be good for PvE players, people that want to just do the global events and get the masks and so on and collecting. So that's fun. It's a good aspect to the game, though it's not the same, I guess, as like when you're going for loot through those endgame type activities where you're fighting and going kind of crazy and nutso about the entire game. So that's cool. I like that style of play better for this particular game. That's just how I got used to playing, I guess, with playing in the Dark Zone so much. So it's okay. It's all personal preference. So anyways, on my end, I am going to be honest with you guys. For the most part, to get my Classified Sentry and Predator's Mark sets back, I'm going to be playing a lot of Resistance in the live game. I think once I get bored of that, I may end up like dabbling in some other things like the Dark Zone, if they decide to actually fix the couple of things that were wrong with it. But other than that, we're going to do like some underground, maybe skirmish, maybe jump into some like incursions, possibly if we can get enough people to run it, and so on. We're going to do pretty much everything we can, obviously. One other thing that I'm hoping to get, other than those sets, is the exotic SMG, the House. Though I'm pretty sure it's going to get nerfed, even though it didn't seem like it was that strong anyways, mainly because everybody that I ran into was running around with probably 6,000 to 9,000 stamina, depending on who you were looking at and like what they were doing or what their build was. Like there's such high stats in this new version of the game that it's kind of crazy, and it's incentivized through the sets that you use that high high stamina or high electronics or high firearms, and it's creating a class system in a way that this game has never really had. It's always been like a mixture of the two, where you maybe lean into one a little more than the others. So like you'll have like 5,000 across the board, and maybe you'll bump like one up to 6,000 or something like that, potentially, depending on how you want to do your build. But that's not the case in 1.8. In this version of the game, you're going to have that 9,000 or maybe 8,000 stamina with Predator's Mark, for example, and then you're going to end up with maybe 5,000 firearms and maybe like 2,000 or 3,000 electronics at the most, maybe. So it's going to be just about 1.3 all over again, I think. In my opinion, that's what it seems like, at least in terms of the way you build your builds. Does that mean that Century Shotgun is going to come back? I highly doubt that, honestly, but it's very possible. You have no idea what's going to happen in this game, so it's okay. Now, one thing I will say is, if you guys want to see what those sets look like, let me know in the comments as well. If you guys want to see that and like watch my breakdown of how I put my sets together, that's something that I haven't really done much of, but if you guys want to see it, let me know in the comments and I will do it. I will definitely do it. You guys will have to stay tuned to the channel though and watch out for those videos. I'm not sure when they'll actually be coming, if enough people are saying that they want to see them, so that's good. Also, in the comments below, if you guys want me to cover anything else in particular, like if you want me to record the underground or skirmish matches that I was talking about before, that's an option for sure. I know that during the PTS, I didn't really get a chance to cover much of the underground or skirmish all that much in detail, at least. I did show some gameplay from both of them, but not a whole lot of like talking about what it does or what the actual new perks are and new directives or anything for underground, or how skirmishes matchmaking was or anything like that. But for the most part, while this game evolves, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video and sticking with the channel for as long as you have. This past week we hit 30 subscribers, and right now I am going for 100 subscribers and beyond. So don't forget to click on our logo on the right side of your screen as this video ends, or also you can click the subscribe link in the description. And as always, don't forget to stay rogue, and we'll see you guys next time.